Welcome everyone to another CKCC Trivia Night. I am Chris. That is Dan.
Ooh, that is me.
So we did some wrestling themed stuff recently.
Yes, we did.
And we're going to do more.
More.
It's your turn, Dan.
Oh no.
So I have cultivated a quiz for you. 100 questions about world title history.
Okay.
Spanning across a variety of places, but mostly the ones that I think you'd be the most familiar with. Although there's a couple of curveballish type questions in there too, because I had to get up to 100. Well, I didn't have to get up to 100. We chose this path.
Well, it's easy for the math. Speaking of which, I need to grab my pad thing so I can do my score.
You gotta track your numbers.
Here we go.
So, 100 questions, and we'll start off when the time comes, when you are ready.
All right, I'm prepared for this to be the worst score so far.
Oh, I think you'll do pretty good. I tried to vary it up with like what types of questions I was asking. Most of them are going to be fact-based as opposed to stat-based, because one request that you did have was not to ask you about like specific dates and everything, and honestly, unless it was something I was convinced you would just know the date on because the date was that famous, I didn't go that direction.
Like, I might be able to give you a show name.
Sure. And I did a couple of those too. There's some match stipulations, but it's a lot of names. So we're going to start off with the WWF, specifically the world title, and then a little bit of the world heavyweight title is thrown in there as well, the one from 02 on.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with question 1. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Who was the very first WWF World Champion crowned on April 11th, 1963, following a fictional tournament in Rio de Janeiro?
Oh, the old-fashioned Rio. First WWF champion was Buddy Rogers.
That's right. Our first Nature Boy. Well, before Ric Flair. I don't know if he was the first Nature Boy.
The first that we know of.
Yeah, the first that I can think of, yes. All right. Question number 2. Bruno Sammartino was world champion for 4,040 days.
Yes.
How many different reigns did he have?
2.
That's right. His 11-year reign spanned only twice. That's why I've always said, as impressive as it is to say that Ric Flair is a 16-time champion, that means he also lost the belt 16 times.
Yes.
Bruno lost it twice. So, that's the real GOAT right there. In what arena did Bruno Sammartino win both of his world championships?
I'm going to have to guess Madison Square Garden.
You guessed correctly.
It's pretty much the only place they ran major events.
That was Vince's place. Yeah, Bruno was like the biggest star of the Garden. Number 4. Bruno Sammartino was the first 2-time world champion. Who was the second?
Jeez. So somebody after Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been somebody that won it before. Well, probably not before Bruno.
No, I'll tell you that. It's not before Bruno. It's definitely after Bruno's time.
The first 2-time champion, like Backlund? Second 2-time champion, Bob Backlund?
It is not Bob Backlund. This actually surprised me.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Hogan?
It is. It was the Hulkster. Indeed.
All right.
Question 5. Who did Hulk Hogan pin to win his very first world title?
The Iron Sheik.
That's right. As history says, when Vince Jr. took over, he wanted Hogan to be the champion. So he took the title off his father's long-term champion, which was Bob Backlund. I believe he was champ for about 4 years running. Moved it to the Iron Sheik so Hogan could defeat a dastardly villain.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you want the big change, you want them to beat a heel.
Right. You want it to be something they're going to remember.
So yeah, Iron Sheik is like champion for like a week, I think, maybe 2.
All right.
So.
Who did Andre the Giant relinquish his world championship to?
Oh, yeah. So he beat Hogan, but then gave it to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah. And he called it the World Tag Team Championship when he did it.
God. He did that when the initial promo to face Hogan at WrestleMania 3.
Yep. All right. Question number 7. Who won the WrestleMania 4 World Title Tournament?
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah, dig it.
Defeating Ted DiBiase in the final.
Yes, he did. And that would be the only WrestleMania to not have Hogan in the main event until WrestleMania 10.
He was at the main event.
He was at the main event.
At the main event.
But he wasn't in the main event. All right. Question number 8. How did Ric Flair win his first WWF World title?
He won the Royal Rumble.
Yes. Do you remember what year?
92.
Correct.
Because it's one I've seen approximately 100 times.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's my favorite.
It's a good
Rumble.
one with almost all Hall of Famers.
Yeah, it's probably the best.
Almost all.
I think it's probably the best overall Royal Rumble in history. Like as far as the Rumble match itself goes.
It's a great story.
Okay. How many of the first 10 WrestleManias featured a world title changing hands?
Shoot. Not 1, not 2. Not 3. 4, yes. 5, yes. 6, yes. 7, yes. 8. Yes. 9, yes. 10, yes. So 7.
Actually, 6.
Is it? Was it WrestleMania? One of them I knew I messed up.
So WrestleMania 4 didn't technically have a world title change.
Oh, it didn't change.
Yes. So that's where he kind of got.
All right.
Kind of got a little thrown off there, but.
All right, you and your words.
I can't make them all easy. Who did Bret Hart defeat to win his very first world title?
His first world title, Ric Flair.
Yes. Very good. All right, that was 10 questions. Where is your score currently?
9-1.
All right, very good. Question 11. What was the stipulation match that Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart in to win his first WWF world title?
It's a 60-minute Iron Man match.
That is correct. Great match. Probably the best Iron Man match in history.
Probably it went like 63 or 64.
Yeah.
It's the best 60-minute Iron Man match.
Yes, there's been like
say.
they've had like 30-minute.
I've had like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels did one at a pay-per-view where it was 30.
Okay. On February 17th, 1997, this man defeated Bret Hart in Nashville, Tennessee, marking the first time the world title changed hands on Monday Night Raw.
So February 97, that would be Sid.
Unfortunately, you are correct. Yeah.
I went by who? Wait, nope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Champion going into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Sid was.
Unfortunately, it was Sid. Sid got to make history by winning the world title on Raw. Question 13. How long did Kane's first world title reign last?
Approximately 24 hours.
That's correct.
Almost exactly.
Almost exactly, yeah. Question 14. How many world titles does Stone Cold Steve Austin have?
Shoot. Man. It's like 4?
Not 4.
Is it 5?
Not 5.
Is it just 3?
No. Should have kept going. It was 6.
It was 6. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I do that all the time too. I'm like, 1, 2, skip the next one. Like, I should have kept going. Question 15. Who was the first person to win the WWF World Title on a Smackdown?
On SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is early on, too.
Yeah, it was pretty early on.
Was it Triple H?
It was not Triple H.
So, The Rock?
That would have made the most sense, but it was not The Rock.
Trying to remember relatively early SmackDown.
Well, take a guess. You got one more. We do the whole 3 guesses thing.
Was it Stone Cold?
Nah, it was not Stone Cold. The answer is Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
You know, I was starting to think that.
Just like Sid got to make history on Raw, we have to have Vince on SmackDown, unfortunately. All right. At what pay-per-view event did Kurt Angle win his first world title?
Oh, the Armageddon Hell in a Cell.
No. He won it before that.
Oh, he successfully defended it in that?
It may have been a defense. Yeah, I don't remember who was champion going into that.
Then was it Survivor Series then?
It was not Survivor Series.
He won King of the Ring. He went to SummerSlam?
It was not SummerSlam.
Okay.
It was No Mercy.
No Mercy.
You had the right year, though. You were definitely in the right year.
Yeah, just...
The 2000 No Mercy pay-per-view was Kurt's first world title.
Yeah.
All right, question 17. What was significant about Chris Jericho's first world title reign?
His first world title reign?
Mm-hmm.
It was both the WWF and WCW championships.
Correct. He was the first undisputed champion.
And then he went to a shitty hotel
With a
got
cold
a pizza,
Domino's pizza.
got locked out of his room.
I love that story.
And he had to prove who he was. He told the guy, there's 2 world championships on the bed. You want to know how bad this company is? We're giving the title to Jericho.
Oh, yeah, that's how he found out, too. Thanks, Vince. Question 18. Who was world champion when the company officially went from the WWF to the WWE?
Okay, so we're talking 2002. Wasn't Brock hadn't won it yet?
No, not yet.
The Rock.
It was not The Rock.
Okay, who was champ before The Rock? Triple H.
It was not Triple H.
The Jericho?
No, it was not Jericho.
Oh.
It was me, brother.
Oh, God.
That was during Hollywood Hulk Hogan's freaking reign.
That one last reign.
Yeah, that one last reign. Yep. He was the honorable first WWE world champion. Brother.
Honorable, dude.
All right. Who did Eric Bischoff appoint as the first world heavyweight champion in the WWE following Brock Lesnar becoming SmackDown exclusive with the Undisputed title?
Triple H.
Me. It was me.
Just hands it to him.
Just hands it to him, yeah. The logic was Triple H beat Undertaker for a number 1 contender match. And because he was number 1 contender, therefore he was the champion. Makes sense, right?
I mean, it makes sense, but, like, give me a match, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just give him a match.
That's starting out with 0 prestige.
Just have him and Undertaker have a rematch, and this time they win the title. Like, question number 20. Who won the World Heavyweight title in the first ever Elimination Chamber?
Oh. Shawn Michaels with his unfinished tights.
Yes.
His doo-doo brown tights.
It said H on them. All right, after 20, where do you stand, Daniel?
15-5.
Hey, that's not bad, though. All right, here we go. Question number 21. Who was the first superstar to win the world title on a Money in the Bank cash-in?
I'm sorry, which title did you say?
It's a world title. Just a world title.
Okay, so it would be Edge.
Edge, yes. Yeah, it wasn't gonna. I don't even know which one the difference would have been at that point.
I'm pretty sure it was a WWE spinner.
Well, I know Edge won that one, and then I know Van Dam cashed in on it, but I don't remember who the first one to cash in on the World Heavyweight was. I just went for the Money in the Bank history. In what stipulation match did Sheamus defeat John Cena to win his first WWE World Title?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jesse Ventura. It was a tables match, and John Cena put himself through a table.
Yep, and then Sheamus won.
And they're like, well, Sheamus pushed him. Yeah. That's also like when like Randy Orton wins with the RKO. It's like the other guy did all the work.
Yep, but you surprised him.
But you grabbed his neck at the last second.
But you know what? At the same time, that's the definition of getting caught in wrestling, and it's actually a good stipulation. Don't do it all the time. But there's a difference between losing a match and getting caught. Bookers.
Yeah, but I don't like it. I don't like it in a like a tables. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'm not saying that like you had to like this. I'm just throwing out some wisdom. All right. One man entered the year 2012 as world champion, specifically the WWE World Title, and also left 2012 as the champion. So they went the whole calendar year. Who was it? They entered and left. The entire calendar year of 2012 was this person was champion.
So 2012 was the summer of Punk.
Yes, it was.
But he was only champion for like 2 months.
He won it. He won it, lost it to Del Rio, won it back at the end of 2011, and then held it all the way until the Royal Rumble 2013 when he lost it to The Rock.
Yeah.
So all of 2012 was CM Punk's year. That was part of the 434, the big title reign. Question 24. Who is recognized as the final World Heavyweight Champion in the WWE, unifying the titles and retiring the championship permanently?
I believe that was... Oh, okay. I thought you meant the other guy. It's Daniel Bryan, then.
It is not Daniel Bryan. The World Heavyweight Championship got retired permanently in a unification match. I'll give you a hint. The opponent was John Cena. So this person defeated John Cena.
I remember this. It was the whole thing.
Do you have a guess?
Randall?
It was. It was Randall Keith Orton. That was the guy. So he gets to be recognized as the final one.
The sexy hero wizard.
Question number 25, and then we're going to move on to another company.
Ooh.
So who is recognized... This is our last question is about that World Heavyweight title one more time.
Okay.
Specifically the World Heavyweight title, not the WWE title. Who is recognized as having the highest number of individual reigns as World Heavyweight Champion?
Triple H?
It is not Triple H. He's close, but somebody actually beat him. This person had...
Batista?
No, not Batista.
The Undertaker?
It was not The Undertaker. It was Edge.
It's probably Edge. Yeah, yep. Fuck.
7 reigns.
Edge That's because champion. There was that year where he won it at a pay-per-view, lost it the next pay-per-view, won it the next pay-per-view, lost it the next pay-per-view.
All right, so now we're going to switch over. We're going to do some NWA/WCW history. So I'm going to give you some real history here, but not too many. But I'm curious if you might actually know some of these old-timey questions. So we'll start with number 26. Who was actually recognized as the first NWA World Heavyweight Champion?
Hackenschmidt.
No, it's not Hackenschmidt. Don't do association. I'm just talking strictly National Wrestling Alliance. So like 40s era. So I only put this on here because I actually know this, and it's just a cool little thing to know. I'm not.
So that's even pre-Thez.
It is pre-Thez, yes.
I don't think I know this.
Okay. You want the answer?
Yeah, sure.
Orville Brown.
Orville Brown.
Just a name in history. But yes, Orville Brown is recognized as the first NWA champion. Oh, and he won an actual tournament for it. Not a fake one in Brazil, and he won an actual tournament. All right. Well, who defeated Orville Brown in 1949 and would be NWA champion officially until 1956?
Is that Luthez?
That is Luthez. Yes.
There we go.
Who is the first officially recognized two-time NWA World Champion, having defeated Giant Baba in 1974? So think about people that would have wrestled Baba and who would have actually beaten him.
Wow. That Dory Jr.?
Good guess. It's not Dory Jr., but it is somebody who did compete in a tag team.
So Jack Briscoe.
Yes, very good. Jack Briscoe is the correct answer. Question 29. Who did Ric Flair defeat for his first NWA World title in 1981?
His first one?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was still Harley Race.
Not Harley. Good guess, though.
Wasn't Harley?
I think he beat Harley for the second one.
It's Starrcade. The first Starrcade. Oh, man.
So, think about somebody who would have been really popular in the early 80s, late 70s.
Late 70s, though.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Dusty?
It was the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, daddy.
American Dream. For being like, people like always like to be like, oh, classic Dusty, put the belt on himself. He's like a 4-time champion, and he was only champion for a few months each time.
He didn't actually want to be the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put himself over, but he didn't. He knew how to book the world title. All right. Question number 30. I always love this stat.
30.
So, which Japanese legend technically defeated Ric Flair on March 21st, 1991, following an over-the-top rope disqualification not being recognized due to New Japan's rule set?
Antonio Inoki.
Not Inoki. Good guess, though.
91?
Yeah, it's another Japanese legend.
Okay, Muda?
It's not Muda.
I'm thinking, is it newer or older at that time?
That's actually a good question. I don't know if I can answer that. I'd say probably mid-ish, if I had to guess.
Not Muda, not Inoki. Who would have been world title, like, 91?
Yeah, it was called, I forget what the event was called, something in the Rising Sun. And usually the over-the-top rope DQ is...
It's an NWA rule.
Right, it was an NWA rule, but it wasn't recognized in New Japan, so they let this person win the title, and then Flair won it back at the next event.
Is it like Hase?
No. It's Tatsumi Fujinami.
Ah, Fujinami.
Yep. Death of WCW covers that one. I actually learned a lot about NWA World Title history because of that book. All right, so that was number 30. What is your score?
22 to 8.
Pretty good. All right. Question 31. After WCW withdrew from the NWA in 1993, who infamously won the world title in Philadelphia and then tossed the belt on the ground?
It would be Shane Douglas.
Yes, it was. We're going to stick a little bit with the NWA, so we're going to move into TNA territory a little bit before we jump back to WCW. This is going to be strictly the NWA belt in Total Nonstop Action.
Okay.
Who was NWA champion when the title was officially picked up and defended in TNA?
So Steve Corino was the world champion when TNA started, but they vacated it from him, and Ken Shamrock won.
Ken Shamrock, you got it. All right, question 33.
They wanted Scott Hall, and Scott Hall was like, "Nah, bro.
No, Chico, no world titles for me." Who did AJ Styles defeat for his first NWA World Title?
Jeff Jarrett.
Yes. Question 34. At what pay-per-view did Christian Cage win his first NWA World Title? This would have been 05.
Yes, this has been like his second or third pay-per-view.
Yeah, they were still relatively new at pay-per-views at the time.
Yeah, they were only about like a year and a half into doing monthly pay-per-views. Oh god. Okay. Let's see. Victory Road.
Not Victory Road.
No Surrender.
Not No Surrender.
So 05's Bound for Glory was Rhino won the title, so it wasn't then.
Yeah, it wasn't Bound for Glory. You got one more guess.
He came in the summer, right?
Yeah, it was a summer pay-per-view. I didn't write down the official date for it, or I would have told you that.
Was it Destination X?
No. It was Against All Odds.
There.
All right. Question 35. This will be our last NWA question. We're gonna jump to some WCW. But who was NWA champion when the NWA officially split from TNA? They said Sayonara, and this was the person who was the champion.
So there's like a thing because they split from the NWA, but they still paid to have the belts for like a few more years.
Right. But this was the person who was champion when the split happened.
Or is it when they became the TNA World Championship?
No. Just think about who would have been recognized as the final who was the last person holding it when they said, well, no longer associated with TNA. Take a guess, because it's not going to be a hard guess.
Like Kurt?
Was not Kurt. You're actually pretty close, though.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Somebody we actually talked about recently.
Is it Christian?
It is Christian Cage. It is indeed Christian Cage. All right, so let's hop on the WCW bandwagon. So Ric Flair was recognized as the first official WCW champion. Who beat him at the Great American Bash of '91?
Oh, man. Oh, Sting.
Not Sting.
Wasn't Sting.
You're close.
Was it Luger?
Lex Luger. Yeah. That was Lex's first world title, I believe.
Yeah.
What pay-per-view did Hulk Hogan win his first WCW world title at?
Okay, he was world champion when Nitro started.
This would have been 94, if that helps.
Wow. When did he come in the summer?
I believe so. Yeah, because he left he left after King of the Ring.
Yeah.
He left after King of the Ring 93. Right? Because that was WrestleMania 9. He wasn't at WrestleMania 10.
And he was gone for nearly like a whole year before.
Well, I don't remember if this event technically took place in the summer. I think it did, but it is a summer-themed event.
Was it like Beach Blast?
Not Beach Blast.
Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach. That's it. Yep, that was his big event, right? Because 94 Bash at the Beach, and then 96 Bash at the Beach was.
And then 2000 Bash at the Beach.
We don't talk about that one. Question 38. Who defeated Ric Flair on January 22nd, 1996 to win the world title for the first time on an episode of Monday Nitro?
I fucking watched this.
First time the world title changed hands on a Nitro.
Okay, I watched this earlier this year. What was it? Did you say it was their first win, or it was the first one?
It's the first time the title changed hands on Nitro. I don't know if it was this person's first WCW title or not. It's a major name.
January 96.
This is pre-NWO.
Yes.
So think about who were the big stars before that whole thing happened.
Is this when the Giant won the title for real?
Not the Giant. I think that happened later in the year.
Is it Macho Man?
It is Macho Man Randy Savage.
I'm trying to remember because, like, at that time, like, early, the first, like, year or so of Nitro, it was based upon, like, the same 5-6 guys.
Yeah. So you just run through those names in your head, and eventually you'll find the right one. Question 39. What city did Goldberg defeat Hulk Hogan in to win his first world title?
It was Atlanta. It was at the Georgia Dome.
Yep. Because all the bigwigs were there, and Hogan was like, I got a great idea, brother. Let him beat me. They'll think I drew the house, dude.
And it was like, yeah. That was decided the day of. It was not advertised.
And question number 40. What pay-per-view did Diamond Dallas Page win his first world title in a 4-way match with Sting, Hulk Hogan, and Randy Savage?
Oh, man. DDP's first title win?
Mm-hmm. It was a big 4-way. Took place in the year 1999.
Was that like Super Brawl?
Not Super Brawl. This would have been in an early in the year pay-per-view, though.
Early in the year?
Like first half of the year. Early.
Okay, that would have been, so Spring Stampede.
Spring Stampede, 99. DDP. Nice. And that's nothing to sneeze at there. Sting, Hogan, and Savage as the guys that you beat. That was a big deal. All right, what's your score?
31-9.
All right. Question number 41. Bret Hart defeated this man to win his first WCW world title in a tournament finale on an episode of Mayhem.
Oh, that Mayhem. That was Benoit.
Chris Benoit. All right, so you have to discount the NWA title for this one. Who is recognized as having the most WCW World Heavyweight title reigns? Individual
Hogan?
reigns as WCW champion. Not Hogan.
It's not Hogan?
Nope.
I was like Jarrett.
No, it's not Jarrett. No, it's still an NWA guy, but we're not counting their NWA reigns. We're only counting the WCW ones.
It's still Flair?
It is still Flair.
Yeah.
Total of 7. So 7 of his world title reigns were WCW. 2 of them were WWF, and the rest were NWA. Who is recognized as having been WCW World Heavyweight Champion the most number of cumulative days?
Days in toto?
In total, yes. Strictly WCW, not NWA.
Is that Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
1,177.
He had some long reigns.
He had too many reigns, yes. Which WWF superstar won or was the first to win the WCW world title on an episode of Smackdown?
Oh, God. Undertaker?
Not Undertaker.
Sorry, who won? Oh, The Rock.
Not The Rock.
Wasn't The Rock?
No, this is the person who first won it on an episode of Smackdown.
I remember they did some stuff.
This person was never in WCW.
Yeah.
They were strictly WWF. If that helps.
Not what I'm thinking. Kurt
Angle.
Yeah.
Your Olympic gold medalist. All right, so we know that it eventually became unified. How many individual WWF superstars won the WCW World Heavyweight title while the belt was being competed for in the WWF?
3?
Not 3.
4.
4. And it was Kurt, Booker T, The Rock, and Chris Jericho. All right. Let's move on to some ECW questions.
All right.
Who was the very first ECW champion when it was still Eastern Championship Wrestling?
Jimmy Snuka.
Correct. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Who was the first person to win the ECW World title on an episode of Hardcore TV?
Wow.
And it was still Eastern Championship Wrestling at the time.
But it was Hardcore TV. So.
It was Hardcore TV, but it hadn't been christened Extreme yet.
It was like Raven?
Not Raven.
Sandman?
Nope, it's not a ECW guy per se.
Okay. We're talking like Johnny Hotbody?
No, but that's a good guess. It was actually Don Morocco.
Yeah, I know Don Morocco was like one of the early ones too.
I believe he defeated Johnny Hotbody. But...
Yeah.
Who defeated Extreme Championship Wrestling's first official champion in Shane Douglas? So Shane became the Extreme Championship Wrestling champion, and then this person dethroned him.
So who beat him after he threw down the NWA title?
Yep.
Hoy, hoy, hoy. Who beat him? Was that Sandman?
Correct. That was Sandman.
Yeah.
At what event did the Sandman defeat Shane Douglas?
November to Remember.
Nope.
God. Back then, they had all kinds of weird names.
They did, yeah.
Was it like House Party?
House Party 3. No.
Is that the one where they have the house party?
Yes. Begins with an H, if that helps.
It begins with an H. Is it Hardcore Heaven?
No.
They weren't having that bad. Hostile City Showdown.
It was Hostile City Showdown.
Fuck!
It was Hostile City Showdown. What was the stipulation match where Mikey Whipwreck defeated the Sandman for his first ECW World title?
Was that a Stairway from Hell?
No. It was still a standard stipulation match. It wasn't exclusive to ECW. Exciting stipulation.
Beat him.
This isn't a match with pinfalls in it.
It was just a straight ladder match?
Straight ladder match.
Okay.
And
they hadn't called the Stairway to Hell or whatever.
Nah, not yet. They're working towards it, though. All right, that was question 50. Halfway there.
Yeah, living on a prayer.
What's your score?
49-11.
Okay.
Sorry.
39-11.
39-11.
Still pretty good, though.
20.
All right. Let's move into this. Let's move into Double Jeopardy.
Okay.
Number 51. Who ended Raven's first ECW title reign?
Sandman.
Sandman. Question 52.
Daddy, you're drunk. I worship Raven.
I worship Raven now. Who competed with Taz in the three-way dance when he dropped the belt in order to head to the WWF?
Oh. So that was Mike Awesome and Masada Tanaka.
Correct. Question 53. Who is recognized as the final ECW World Champion when the company officially folded? He was also,
Jerry Lynn.
Not Jerry Lynn. He was also TV champion at the same time.
Oh, wait, yeah, it ends with Rhino.
It ends with Rhino. Rhino killed ECW. All right, question 54. Now, this is when WWE picks up the ECW title.
Oh, shit.
WWE's version of ECW had Rob Van Dam as the first champion.
Yes.
So what was the reason why Paul Heyman decided to make him the champion?
What was the reason he was the first champion?
He just did something the previous night.
Oh, yeah, he beat John Cena for the WWE title.
Yep. He cashed in his Money in the Bank at One Night Stand, beat John Cena, and then Paul Heyman's like, you're also the ECW champion. That's pretty fair, right?
Yeah.
Question 55. Who was Chris Benoit's replacement for the ECW World Title match at Vengeance Night of Champions?
John Morrison.
Yep. He came in as Johnny Nitro, won the belt off Punk. Well, Punk didn't have it. It was a tournament. And then he goes, I'm going to start using my real name, John Morrison. And
not your real name.
Not his real name, but I did like that character. Question 56. What WrestleMania saw the first ECW title change when Kane defeated Chavo Guerrero in only 8 seconds?
Okay. 2006 is 22. It wasn't then. 23 had the New Blood versus that was too rushed, so they redid it on 24.
Correct. Correct.
And it was all because apparently Chavo was being a dick backstage, so they said squash.
Squash. Number 57. February 16th, 2010 saw the ECW title's final holder in an Extreme Rules match, defeating Christian after a 205-day reign. Who is this final champion?
Ezekiel Jackson.
Unfortunately, you are correct.
Rick Lawn himself.
Rick Lawn himself. Question 58. Who has the most number of ECW World Title reigns with 5?
Sandman.
Correct. Question 59. Who was ECW champion for the most consecutive days at 874 official?
Shane Douglas.
Correct. And our last ECW question, which will be question number 60. Who had the smallest official reign as ECW champion at only 6 days? And this would be Extreme Championship Wrestling.
That is not correct. The shortest title reign is about 10 minutes.
No, we're talking ECW Extreme Championship.
It would still be Tommy Dreamer for about 10 minutes.
No, he doesn't count it. That's not officially counted in the history. So
really,
yeah. So this was a 6-day champion. Yeah, I skipped the quote unquote unofficial, and not Jackson who won it and then it was done. Like, this is an ECW guy.
6 days.
Yeah. So think about people who really didn't have the title that long. It is somebody we just mentioned in a previous questions, if that helps.
Okay. Somebody wins it. Or is it less than a week later?
Yeah, and I believe it was their only reign, too. So if it was their only reign, so it's not going to be like a Sandman or a Raven or anybody like that.
Yeah, no. Who was only champion? Going through all the history I know. No, I don't got it.
Masada Tanaka. So at least they gave it to him.
That was only 6 days?
Only 6 days, yep.
And Awesome got it back.
And then I think Awesome got it back, yep.
Wow.
All right, so that was 60.
It's 53 to 12.
Okay. 53 to 12? That doesn't add up.
10, 20. Oh, sorry. 43 to 12.
It doesn't add up either. I think you mean 48 to 12.
8, yes, 8.
48 to 12. Okay.
48 to 12.
All right, our next 10 questions will involve the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Sorry. As in the belt that's only existed for a year and a half?
Oh, sorry. You got to be technical with me. All right. IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
All right. Question 61. Who was the first IWGP Heavyweight Champion defeating Masasaito in a tournament final in 1987?
Yeah, it's like they don't do a title for like 10 years. I know, more than 10 years. I believe it was Tatsumi Fujinami.
It was not Fujinami.
It was not Fujinami?
Nope, it's a even bigger legend than him.
Is it Inoki?
Antonio Inoki.
Inoki.
Who was the first Gaijin IWGP Heavyweight Champion?
It was Big Van Vader.
Correct. So there was a lot of two-time IWGP Heavyweight Champions out there. Who was the first three-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion?
First three-time?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Inoki?
Not Inoki.
Didn't do anything to the 80s. Was it like Shinya Hashimoto?
Mm-mm.
Or Muda?
No. Tatsumi Fujinami.
Fujinami.
Question 64. Who won the G1 Climax Special 1992 for his first IWGP Heavyweight Championship?
92. Was that Shinya Hashimoto?
No. Somebody else that you just guessed.
Oh, Muda?
The Great Muda.
All right.
Yep. He won the G1 Climax for his first title. Who won the IWGP Heavyweight title after Masahiro Chono vacated it due to that neck injury?
Sorry, was it Chono vacated for a neck injury?
Yeah, Chono vacated for a neck injury, and then this person won it.
Did you give me a year?
I did not take a year, but I will give you a hint. It is a Gaijin.
Okay. So, Scott Norton.
Scott Norton. Correct.
Haha.
Question 66. Shinsuke Nakamura won his first IWGP Heavyweight Championship in this city on December 9th, 2003.
Is it Tokyo?
Not Tokyo.
Osaka?
Yes, in his hometown of Osaka, he got to win his first world title. Question 67. Who won the IWGP title after Brock Lesnar vacated it at Circuit 2006 Turbulence?
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Correct.
They wanted him to drop it to him, and he didn't want to.
Nope.
So he left.
How very Brock Lesnar of him. Question 68. What year did Kazuchika Okada win his first IWGP Heavyweight title?
So he wins it in his return from excursion. Oh, God. When was he Okato? Okato.
Okato, yeah.
Oh, God.
We don't talk about those days.
09?
Later than that.
10.
Later than that.
11.
No. 2012.
It was 12.
2012. Question 69. Nice. Kazuchika Okada is the only person to win the IWGP Championship outside of Japan.
Yes.
At what event did this take place?
The NJPW ROH Supercard. G1 Supercard.
G1 Supercard.
G1 Supercard.
That happened in New York City on April 6, 2019.
Defeated Jay White.
Yep. And question 70. Who officially unified the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental titles?
Ibushi Kota!
All right. What is your score after 70 questions?
51. 14. No. What
19.
am I doing?
51 and 19?
14 wrong.
Oh, 14 wrong.
56. Okay. 56, 14.
There you go. All right. We're going to move on to some Ring of Honor now.
Okay.
Question 71. Who was the first Ring of Honor World Champion?
First Ring of Honor World Champion was Low-Ki.
The world's stupidest wrestler. I know who you are. I saw your name on the phone. I love that Kevin Steen story. I love Low-Ki stories because it just sounds like he's very difficult to work with. At what event did CM Punk win his first Ring of Honor World title?
Shit. Okay, so it was summer of 2005. He won the title and then signed his developmental contract on the title.
Yes. Yes, he did. In Morristown, New Jersey, where my father used to work.
Now, what was the name of that show?
I bet you it's one you've seen, too.
Because
if I've seen it, you've definitely seen it.
It was like the Summer Showdown or something?
No.
Death Before Dishonor?
Yes. At Death Before Dishonor 3 in Morristown, New Jersey. Okay. So, remember earlier I gave you that CM Punk question about how he entered 2012 and exited 2012? We're going to do one about a Ring of Honor champion now. A 545-day reign, this person walked in and out of 2008 as your Ring of Honor World Champion. Who was it?
Samoa Joe.
Not Samoa Joe.
Wait, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. 2008.
545-day reign.
Was this Tyler Black?
Not Tyler Black.
Austin Aries.
No. Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, yes.
That was Nigel's reign. All right, question 74. Who is the first two-time Ring of Honor champion?
Two-time Austin Aries.
Yes. Question 75. Who was the first person to win the World Heavyweight title, or the Ring of Honor World title, in Canada? So who'd make for who'd make for a good Canadian champion?
Oh, thinking about the Canadians I know that won the ROH title. Is it Kyle O'Reilly?
Not Kyle O'Reilly. Think about another Canadian.
Oh, Steen.
Kevin Steen. Yep. All right. Question 76. Who did Kyle O'Reilly beat for his first and only Ring of Honor World title?
Is it Adam Cole?
Adam Cole, baby. Final Battle 2016 in New York City. Question 77. Who is the only person to win the Ring of Honor World title in Japan, taking place at Wrestle Kingdom 11?
Shit, I seen this.
Yeah, I know. We reviewed this.
I seen this.
It's the only time the Ring of Honor World title changed hands at a Wrestle Kingdom.
Sheesh. I've seen this. I've seen this at least twice. And I don't remember.
Take a guess.
Was this like a Kojima win?
No. It's a Ring of Honor regular. Think about your Ring of Honor regulars.
Was it Adam Cole?
Adam Cole, baby.
Okay.
Like, think about, like, Ring of Honor guys that also would have been in New Japan.
Yeah.
All right, question 78. How many Ring of Honor World title reigns does Jay Lethal have?
Shoot. I think 3.
Not 3.
4.
Nope.
5?
No. Only 2.
Just 2. They're
He
just
only
really
has
long.
2. They're really long, but he's only had 2. Question 79. Who is the current / final Ring of Honor World Champion as of December 11th, 2021?
Jonathan Gresham.
Correct. And then this one's kind of tricky, but I just kind of threw it in there because I find it to be an interesting statistical question. Question 80 is how many wrestlers have held the World Heavyweight title or the Ring of Honor World title as of today? So how many different wrestlers, not different reigns, but different wrestlers?
20.
Higher than that.
23.
Higher than that.
25.
The answer is 29. One shy of a perfect Royal Rumble match. Which is a shame, too, because that's something I'd love to sim. If one more wrestler could be Ring of Honor champion, I could fill a Rumble. All right, so where are you after 80?
63-17.
All right. The last 20 questions are kind of the potpourri section. We're going to jump back and forth to a bunch of different promotions where I just couldn't cultivate enough questions for each one. But what I'm trying to do is I'm also trying to keep them fair and pick stuff that you might actually know. So we'll start with question number 81. Who was Lucha Underground's first world champion?
I just said I was going to say Ricochet. Prince Puma.
Yeah, you're technically correct on Ricochet. It is, in fact, the guy who plays Ricochet. But that's Prince Puma is correct. Who defeated Prince Puma at Ultima Lucha 1 for the world title?
Who beat him?
Yeah, who beat him?
Sorry, you broke up for a little bit there.
Oh, sorry.
That would have been Mil Muertes.
Mil Muertes. I'm so glad you guys can't actually see the questions because I'm realizing how many horrible spelling errors I have all over this thing. Mil Muertes? Who the hell is that? Yeah, I got spelling errors galore on this thing, but I also was writing this at like midnight one night because my brain was just fired up, so. All right, who is the only female to be Lucha Underground champion?
Oh, Sexy Star.
Sexy Star.
You know she's back in AAA.
Good for her.
Hopefully she's changed her ways.
I hope so. Only 2 wrestlers were 2-time Lucha Underground champions. Who were they?
Oh, 2-time?
Mm-hmm.
It was Johnny?
Not Johnny.
Not Johnny.
Nope, he was not one of them.
It wasn't Johnny.
It was not Johnny Mundo.
So is it Prince Puma?
Puma's one of them.
And the other 2-time champion was... Is it Mil Muertes?
Nah, not Mil. Think about another character like that, though. Think about a dark character.
Dark character?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a giveaway?
Maybe.
Did Pentagon win the vote?
Yes, it was Pentagon.
Twice.
He won it as Junior, and he won it as Dark. Good old Pentagon.
He was the real breakout star.
All right. I actually forgot about this until I was reading the title history. But who was Lucha Underground champion when the promotion folded in 2012? The person who came in on that last show and beat Pentagon for it.
On the last show.
I won't discredit you if you don't remember their specific gimmick name in Lucha Underground, but if you can at least guess the person, because they're still around, they're still active today, just in a different company.
Okay. So, things I remember about the finale of Lucha Underground.
Yes. Dario came back from the dead.
Hager but he was in the season.
It was Jake Hager.
So he kills Jeff Cobb's character of Matanza and takes the gauntlet and meets up with the Lord, which was Wade Barrett.
He had some bad news. Do you remember Jake Hagar's? I mean, you got it right, but do you remember what his gimmick name was going to be?
Yeah, Strong.
Yeah, Jake Strong, which wasn't
Jake
bad, but also not great. All right, let's do some AWA questions.
Okay.
I'll try to make these simple for you. There's only 5 of them. Who was the first AWA World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, it had to have been Vern.
No, actually, it wasn't.
It wasn't Vern?
It wasn't Vern.
Who would Vern have given the belt to to start?
Think about some of Vern's big people.
Yeah?
Some of those top guys.
Was it Bockwinkel to start?
No, good guess, though. Think about another guy who was used as much as Bockwinkel.
This is Zbyszko?
Nah. Pat O'Connor was actually the first one.
Pat O'Connor.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking of Vern, how many times was Vern Gagne AWA champion?
Like 20. No, I think like 4.
No, more than that.
Okay, like 6.
More than that.
7?
10.
10?
Yeah, he booked himself to be champion 10 times.
I guess he was just like, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm the champ.
I'll win the belt.
My belt. Who's recognized as the final AWA World Champion?
Who was recognized as the final AWA World Champion?
It's another regular to get the unfortunate honor of being the champ when the company was done.
Is it Kurt Hennig?
No, good guess, though. This was somebody who would go on to WCW.
Okay. Was it Bockwinkel?
Not Bockwinkel.
Zbyszko.
Now Larry Zbyszko. Yep, good old Larry got the honor of being the last AWA champion.
Because he was the son-in-law.
Yep. Because of course. Question 89. Kurt Hennig was AWA champion only one time.
Yes.
Which AWA legend did he defeat for this honor?
Was it Bockwinkel?
Nick Bockwinkel. Kurt Hennig defeated Nick Bockwinkel. And question 90. Which member of the Von Erich family was AWA World Champion for only 12 days?
Was it Kerry?
Not Kerry.
Kevin?
Nope.
Jeez. Mike.
It was Fritz.
Oh, Fritz himself.
Fritz himself got to be the champ. Nope.
Okay.
Nah, none of the boys. None of the boys. All right. That's question 90. And then the final
70-20.
Okay.
So,
the final 10 questions are all potpourri. They're just all over the place.
just straight up potpourri.
Just straight up potpourri. Yep.
a petite déjeuner.
Exactly. So, all right. Ape tip for 400. Who was the first AAA Mega Champion?
First one.
Mm-hmm.
Was that El Tejano Jr.?
Close. Not El Tejano. Somebody who would have been fighting El Tejano.
Trying to remember, because it's not that old of a history.
No, it's not. It's 90s.
Was it L.A. Park?
No.
Abismo Negro.
It was El Messias.
Oh.
Yep.
Mil Muertes himself.
Yep. He was the first AAA Mega Champion. All right, question 92. Who was the first Chikara Grand Champion?
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston. Question 93. Who is the only female to be Chikara Grand Champion?
Princess Kimberly.
Correct. Question 94. Who holds the most Memphis Wrestling World titles?
World titles?
Mm-hmm.
As in the Southern Heavyweight, whatever?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler. With
Who else would it be?
83.
Literally, who else would it be at that point? Okay, question 95. Who won the WCWA World title at the Fritz Von Erich retirement show?
Fritz?
Fritz Von Erich. Yeah, he won his own title. I just put that in there because I thought that was hysterical when I read it. Question 96. Who is the longest reigning WWE Universal Champion?
Oh. It's Roman Reigns right now.
The big dog, yep.
He just passed 2 years.
Yeah, he did. Question 97. Name the 5 men to be AWA World Champion. No interims. Which 5 people have been are your AWA World Title history?
5?
Mm-hmm. There have been 5.
Only 5?
Only 5. Company's only 2 years old. Going on 3 years old.
What was that again?
So who are the 5 men to be AWA World Champion?
AWA?
AEW, sorry.
Sorry, AEW. Okay.
Yeah. All Elite.
Jericho. Moxley.
That's 2.
Hangman.
Adam Page is 3.
CM Punk.
CM Punk is number 4. You're missing 1.
I'm missing a champion.
Mm-hmm. Between Moxley and Hangman.
Oh. Yeah, Omega.
Yeah. Kenny Omega. All right. Who is AEW's longest reigning world champion?
Omega.
Yep, 346 days. Question 99, penultimate question. Who won the NWA World Championship after Matt Cardona vacated it in 2022?
Trevor Murdoch.
2-time
champion now.
Mm-hmm. And for question 100, one person has been NXT champion 3 times. Who is it?
Adam Cole.
Nope.
Samoa Joe.
All right, tally him up.
All right, well, it'll be easier to tally up I said 21 wrong, so 79 correct.
That's pretty good, though. And, I mean, there were some challenging questions in there. But very good. You do know your world title history. The world title history quiz. And, yeah, there was a couple of challenging ones. Like, you are right. You are technically right about the Dreamer thing.
Yeah.
But because they don't quote-unquote officially count it, I was like, all right, screw it. So who's the one they officially count? Tanaka at 6 days. I'll take it. But yeah, like some of the other promotions, I tried to give you stuff that I thought would be fair, that you had a chance of knowing. My favorite one was definitely who won the Fritz Von Erich retirement tournament, and a freaking Fritz won it.
Fritz would win.
Fritz won it, yeah. So stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, that's funny. I have to include that. But yeah. All right, very good. So the next time we come to you guys, Dan's going to make a South Park quiz for me, and I'm going to make a Doctor Who quiz for him. We're going to do some nerd trivia. And then the Doctor Who quiz I did make for you, though, is a little all over the place because I copied it from a quiz online, and there's it's not like it goes in chronologic order, and I'm not going to freaking put them in chronologic order because I'll go nuts doing that. So
a show about time travel in chronological order?
Exactly. But I think you have a nice fair chance. It is mostly new Doctor questions because that was just easier for me to find. But there's some classics. If I found a classic question that I thought you'd have a fair chance of knowing, I included it. Like one of the questions was like, exactly how many days were there between the last episode of Classic and the first episode of 9? I'm like, I don't think anybody would be able to guess that. So
number of days?
Yeah, like they actually put the specific number of days. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Years, maybe.
Yeah. So I gave you fair stuff. A lot of cool trivia about the show, and I tried to vary it up. Some of the questions kind of repeated themselves, but I think I did pretty good here.
I have searched for, because I have only seen a handful of South Park stuff.
Yeah, which is fine.
So I have searched for quizzes, and I have found not really anything.
Okay, well, if we can't do South Park...
Or most of them are like Sporkle, and it would, there's a timer, and I'd have to...
You can do those without the timer. Yeah. You can turn the timer off on those. All right, but that will wrap up this trivia night. Dan, what do you want to plug?
Well, you can hear us on the CKCC radio on
sure
the
can.
Nerd Table.
You sure can.
And a bunch of other shows.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows.
Including our friend Jeff that has like 10.
3, but close.
Yeah.
How many podcasts does Jeff Trellis have? 10? Less than that.
Try not to recording the podcast on your way to the parking lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shows you guys can check out on CKCC Radio. You can check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/CKCC online. I'm going to start a Super Nintendo show. I'm going to do live streams on Twitch, and then I'm going to edit the episodes down for YouTube release. So you can, if you miss the live stream, you'll get the abridged version. We'll cut out the unfunny parts and stuff like that. But we'll talk about like the game history and things like that. And there'll be a live chat going on. You'll have to be a member of Twitch to chat with us live, but it's free to sign up. So that's all you got to do is just get yourself a Twitch account. You can chat with us. I'm going to be continuing to release episodes of Chris and Eric Talk on Sunday nights. We now have a list of guests we're going to start having on.
Ooh.
To just BS with. A lot of people contacted us, and then we also reached out to a couple of people too. So we've got like at least 3 or 4 months worth of people we can talk to. So we'll either just do some BSing or we'll talk to people, which is what we're good at. So you can check that out. And then, of course, the CKCC Video YouTube channel right here. We're always releasing new content on here. So keep checking us out. You have any final words, Daniel?
Be excellent to each other.
Of course. What else would you possibly say there? And we are now recording these on StreamYard. So look at me. I'm not reversed anymore. I'm the right way.
I'm wearing my OG Suicide Squad
That's awesome.
movie shirt.
I'm wearing a Durmstrang shirt.
Oh, Durmstrang.
So I'm representing Victor Crumb.
You look like Victor Crumb.
Yeah, haven't heard that one before. All right, so we will catch you guys next time for another trivia night. I'll do South Park or possibly something else. Dan will talk about Doctor Who, and then who knows what's going to come after that. And if you want to join us for trivia night, let us know. We'll make a quiz.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll make a quiz just for you. And then Dan and I will both harass you as you get stuff.
Yeah, maybe he'll do half of it, and I'll do the other half.
Yeah. We'll do the odds and the evens, or
ooh, back and forth. Actually?
Back and forth, baby. And then if you want to challenge one of us with a quiz on something you think we'd have a fair shot of knowing, or even challenge both of us, let us know. There's lots of Jeopardy games and stuff like that online, so we have plenty of options. All right.
Have no fears. We got stories for you.
We got shows for years. We'll see you guys next time.